Swastikat, namaste, ciao, ciao bella, aloha. Alright, this is kind of my new setup. My idea is I want to get everything on one cart. So everything I need for a show on one cart. Except for when I'm doing magic, then I've got my Leffler table and that's a whole nother thing I got to carry around. So I'm trying to get everything on the Zuca. Partially because as I get older, I want less stuff to carry. I don't want to break down everything and set everything back up. I don't want to take my little cart around and load that up and then get somewhere and set it. I want to walk in, boom, simple unpack, few minutes, ready to go. That's what I got here. So I've been using, up until just recently, basically my power tower, which is basically an air compressor hooked up to kind of the penguin over there. That's kind of one of my towers. But it's just a helium tank nozzle hooked up to an air compressor. Problem with that is I've got to find power, I've got to hook it up, I've got to get it all running, I've got to untangle the cords, untangle the hose. Works great, love it. Still will do that for long festivals, but for right now I got something a little bit easier and better for everything else. So right now what I have is I have a Zuca cart, and I've got a lot of the new products I've been testing out for Bagland as well. I've got 2 Lagendas. I have an Aloha, right now I'm using an Aloha Z, so I've got the Z version. I've got my chair, and I've got an umbrella, all hooked onto the Zuca. So it's everything I need for a show, except for if I'm doing magic. So let me kind of show you this. So it's a little bit heavy, but I'd rather just pick it up in and out of the van than have to carry everything around. So everything's on 2 wheels. One of the things I noticed this weekend, I did a festival and had to go through gravel. the Zuca cart on the Zuca Sport, the little rollerblade wheels, not good on gravel. So I'm really looking at that golf cart, but I need a bigger pole. So I'm going to try to do some research on putting bigger tires on the actual sport frame. But this is what I got. So my chair's on there. What I did is I made some clips. So it will actually clip down here and to the bottom. So what I did is I actually just took carabiners, cut off the little flappy thing that goes back and forth. So it's basically just a hook, and then used a pipe clamp and clamped it onto the actual Zuca frame. And then there's just a bungee. So, but this chair I love. I just got this one. I did a little bit of research, put some things out there on BAG to find out what other people are using. This chair was a little bit pricey. It was about $85, $90, somewhere around there. But it's tall, it's sturdy, it's wide, and I really like it. So that basically just comes off the cart. That sets up. Boom, boom, boom. Got a nice, big, wide chair. Now, I don't usually sit and twist. One of the problems and why I'm trying to get everything on one cart, I have a bad ankle. So I'm getting older, it's getting harder to walk. So I'm trying to consolidate and downsize everything. So what I do with the chair is I don't really sit on the chair. I actually just kind of rest on it or lean on it, which allows me to keep moving and keep entertaining. But if I need to, I've got a chair with a back. So that's very nice, and it has like a little footrest as well. So that's my chair. Set that aside for now. The rest of the cart, I don't know if you can see, I'll have to check, but these are just little carabiner hooks clipped on there. The chair sits right in there, and then bungees on actually to my Aloha. So what I have in the back here is I actually have an umbrella. So right now, I just added the umbrella. So I haven't actually used it out in public yet, but I've got it here and it all packs up. It was actually for my daughter's water table. Then I added some PVC pipes. I ended up some driveway stakes, so those will actually go on the ground. This will go through. The neat thing about this is it actually will go through the Aloha. So the idea is to have the pipe go through the Aloha all the way down to the ground and then have a stake in the ground. This way, I can actually tilt the umbrella in different directions depending on which way the sun is facing, or which way the sun's hitting me. So that's that setup. What we have here, basically I've got the Aloha, or the Zuca. I've got the Zuca cover. I did add zippers to the top of the cover and to the front, so you can get access to all the pockets on the Zuca bag itself. This one does have the tactical topper around the top, which is very useful. Also very useful for carrying a floor pump. You can attach a floor pump the same way I had the chair, but just attach it with a bungee to the Zuca. And what we have here is I have my Bonjour, my little bag here for scrap. I actually picked up another little tactical bag, I believe, with the tactical gear that I'm going with, the tactical strapping. This is, I believe, for shotgun cases, so it's most of your tactical stuff is going to be military or police or hunting stuff. So I believe this is for like shotgun shells, just throw in there, but it's a nice big pouch. It has a little lining that comes out. I mostly use this to carry my umbrella poles now, kind of those go in there. Also my drink. I just toss I have a big cup that I use and I just toss it in there. Below that, I have, actually this was my my pump wallet, but I'm actually using that just to hold my wires to my dual Lagenda. So the way I have my Lagenda is, I can actually go somewhere and if there's a plug, I can just plug right in, work while my Lagendas are going off the 120 power and recharging at the same time. So if I have a festival afterwards and I'm outdoors and I don't have power, I'm not wearing down my batteries at the first party. So, but we'll get into all that setup here in a minute. So I've got another little Bonjour on the side. I've got one of the Bonjour extendeds, and that actually holds my balloon chain inside, so I just kind of tuck that in there to keep it clean, keep it safe. I have, inside my Aloha, I have a hefty garbage can that I cut. It's a great idea, love it. When we were designing the Aloha, had to kind of convince my other design team that I really want these pockets on the side because I have this idea of splitting it up, and well, once I showed them, then they kind of understood what I was talking about. Another little cute accessory is these things. This is actually a pocket that goes between your seat and your center console in your car, but it also attaches to the back of your Aloha with the little clips. You can keep it inside here like that. It also is a perfect size for 260s. So as you're flighting 260s, you can set like 4 of them in here while you're working to create things. So there's that. And the garbage can I have in here, there's 2 of them. And they're basically cut and then flipped around. So those stay in there, keeping all my 260s here, my 160s, 350s, 646s, and then this is just a pouch for anything I want to keep in there. So it just gives you a nice open area. Love that part. All right, we're gonna move our way down. All right, under my Aloha, I'm gonna tuck these in there a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Under my Aloha, I have a cage. The cages are basically closet organizers, those little cage things that you make together in boxes, and basically I took 2 of them, bent them, and made a cage to hold 2 Lagendas. So I will take some close-up pictures and add those in here. But on the bottom, I actually have 2 Lagendas. You can power those on. And just so to let you know, I've had one Lagenda for a while. Couldn't stand it. I would rather use a hand pump or a floor pump than use one Lagenda. Now that I have 2 Lagendas, that's all I use. So it works great. It's so much faster. And that was the problem. One Lagenda is just too slow for me. So I'm going to blow up a quick balloon. One of the things I did here is I designed the pipe here. I put a switch. There's a nozzle, so the balloons actually will inflate right from there. You press the button, both Lagendas kick on, and both blow out the nozzle. So it is a lot faster, and one of the things I like to do is I like to blow them up with one hand. My other hand, I hold the balloon, and you can get it straight. Sometimes with 260s they may curl a little bit. If you hold them as you inflate them, you can even pull it a little bit, and you will actually make the balloon longer. So then, the other day I actually just wrapped this up, so it actually it's a little bit prettier than just a piece of PVC. So we have that. And, let's see, we got that. The pipe goes down through the Aloha bag, comes out the bottom, and then goes into the 2 Lagendas. The tactical topper on there, like I said, will hold up a floor pump nicely. Also, I had some of my the Bonjour bags, but I ended up moving those up because I wanted them a little bit higher. So I actually attached them to the cage with the 2 Lagendas. But before I did have them on the Zuca cart. So if you don't have the dual Lagenda, your bag's going to be lower, then everything's going to be a little bit lower. One of the things I do want to try, I did a festival, and I want to see about putting bigger wheels on this, because this was really hard to get through gravel. Not just because of the weight, but just because the wheels are so thin, they just cut through the gravel. So that is my new setup. I'm happy with it. This is all I take around with me now whenever I'm doing balloon work. I have one cart that I wheel around, just pull it out of the van, sit it on the ground, and go. The nice thing about the the Zucas is they will actually go up and down stairs with the wheels. This one is a bit heavy, so what I have been doing at parties and that, going into basements, I just have one of the dads basically hold the other end and we carry it down together. And that works fine, so, but very happy with that.